And thank you to my very first poetry reading. It's been taking a long time, 59 years, to get to the stage, so I hope it goes okay. I'm going to start with a poem I wrote when I was 15 years old at Timaru Boys High School. I was in that teenage angst and I didn't know what I wanted to do or where I wanted to go. And I was heading into assembly one day and there was a groundsman there. He was picking up leaves and throwing the rubbish bin. That inspired me. So this is called Leaves. So what would it be if I sat and listened to me? What would I find out? Between the conscious and the unconscious, the sleep and the wake, the part of being in society and the not wanting to, the wind and the rain, the summer and winter, the hot and the cold. And if I watch the change of seasons and open my eyes inwards on me, what I like, what I see. Fallen leaves envelope my being and are starting to decay. I'm struggling with the fallen leaves. Please don't rake them up and throw them away. These leaves, they're a part of me. Thank you. I've got a bit of a croaky voice tonight, you can probably tell. This next one is a poem I wrote a couple of years ago. I was out visiting some people, and on my way home I was in a bookshop, and I met a couple that I hadn't seen for a while, and unbeknown to me, one of the partners had developed Alzheimer's disease, and I could see her looking at me, but she didn't really know who I was. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to put myself in her shoes. What would she be thinking? So this is called Remember Me. You looked at me like I should know you. You can see that I'm lost in my thoughts, because your eyes are looking for answers. The lines on your face are familiar to me, but I don't know why. I don't know who you are. I will sit and wait a while. Wait here for a window to open and see things out in the distance. Soon enough, a curtain will be drawn, and then whatever it was will be gone and lost. Fragments of my mind fall in front of my eyes. If I can, I will try and catch some of them. The pieces that once made up my life are now not mine anymore. They have scattered out into eternity. There is a darkness within the light that hides this person I once was. Now even the light is covered in darkness. If you look behind my eyes into the very heart, you will see who I once was. Hold those memories of me. Share those memories of me. Because I can't remember anymore. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, Alice, her first song, talked about her dad. And in a way, this poem talks about many of those old soldiers. I grew up on Pure Road, and we had an old gentleman that used to live next door to us, but we were never allowed to speak to him or interact with him, simply because Dad said he was mad. But it wasn't until later on that Mum said that she used the term shell-shocked, and I didn't know what that meant until obviously a lot older. So I've often thought about that gentleman and some of the pranks the kids used to play on in the neighbourhood, which looking back on it now was not great. Righto. As the guns fell silent for the last time and the soldier's job was done, the earth went eerily quiet, and as the trenches emptied out, they looked out onto the fields they had fought to defend. The world around them had stopped to be. The bodies of the fallen remained where they fell, and over time became one with the soil. Peace had been won, but peace at a price. Thoughts of the fallen were never far away. They never had time to think before, but now, too much time to think. They were returning home to the unknown with all its expectations, back to the farm, to the store, or to the office. Still, the thoughts of war continued long after their return. The faces of the fallen still laid in the silence of their minds. The persons they once were now gone. Frightened by sudden noises, flashes of light, they were shell-shocked. As the soldiers fell silent, there were no words, just silence, and the torment of their thoughts, and a bottle close by. a bottle that gave them peace for just a moment, but better than no peace at all. Thank you. And this is my last one I'm going to read tonight. This one here, it's interesting because when I said I was going to do this to a number of my friends, they had no idea that I wrote poetry. And I think there's a lot of us that guard those things that we really, really do care about. And I think, we should tell people those things that are precious to us. We should tell other people. This is simply called me. Let me retreat now to my books, poems and paintings, to these things that truly say who I am, to this place that makes me challenge, makes me think, this place that asks the questions that only time can ever answer, to the words that have not been written yet, to the books waiting to be read, to these paintings still formed in my head, but yet to make the canvas. Words, pages and colours fill my thoughts and my days, never alone but on my own. Sometimes misjudged, people assume a darkness in me, but they could only see the light that I see inside of me. Their darkness reflected on whom they see, unaware of their light, shining so brightly in them. If only. Thank you.